very bad feeling about this because I was subjected to some very bad animated religious like story things back in the day.
Me too.
Now, don't get me wrong. Not all of them can be like, Little Drummer Boy or, the Rankin Bass ones of old. Not all of them can be as good as that. Some of them stand out, but a lot of them are... here's the thing. For the amount of money that some of these churches have, sometimes they hire all the wrong people to handle the making of these things. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. There's one that I can think of recently that has a decent budget and has people that actually know what the heck they're doing. And that is The Chosen, which is made by Dallas Jenkins, and it is a Christian historical drama, and it actually does a lot to tie in Christianity, but it also does a lot with it ties in comedy too. It actually tries to make it realistic to the point of where it's not trying to follow the lines of by the numbers that everyone knows, but instead it literally just tries to do something that stands out.
Okay.
Because everyone can do if you want to do a full shot for shot remake of the Bible from Genesis all the way to Revelations, you can do that. And here's the thing, a lot of Christians know what's coming, but there's a lot of stuff in between in terms of the fine details that have to be left up to interpretation because not everything is written in the Bible as it happened back in the day.
Yeah.
So you have to just make it up as you go.
Yeah.
And I've seen some episodes of this, and they actually do a pretty good job, not spoon feeding you stuff, and instead letting you enjoy the story as is, and not force feeding the morals down your throat.
That's nice.
And it is nice, and that's why I think this is a good example of Christian media done right. However,
God's Not Dead.
The God's Not Dead film series. Really wish I could just erase this from the books, because I'll be honest, there are way better ways to tackle the concept of God's Not Dead, and this is not it. This is definitely not it. And you can see they keep milking it for everything that it's worth, because there's 5 of these now.
Yeah.
5! And if you like these, okay, that's fine, but I'm not cool with this shit, man.
I just feel like they are just beating you over the head with it.
It is. They are. And it's like everyone is so cartoonishly I'm evil atheist professor. I'm going to prove to you that God does not exist. And then Christian student just does a thing where where he through his morals and through his will, he pushes through and he saves the professor before he dies. And I'm just
so
here's the thing. It's been said before, and I'll say it again. Not everyone can be saved. Not everyone can be saved, and you should not force the will of God upon others. You should not force the love of God on others. I hate when people say that. It's like I'm trying to show you that God loves you by forcing them into God's embrace instead of letting them find it themselves.
It's a wonderful way to do it.
Jeez Louise, man. It makes no sense to me. These people just trying to push everything, trying to push it down people's throats and saying you don't believe this, you're going to hell. And it's like oh, you'll be saved eventually. Everyone, there are no atheists on their deathbeds. I'm like, yeah, there are. There are plenty of them. Because I hate to say it, here's the thing. Though I am a believer, I am not going to sit here and just say that people you should just give up. No, don't give up trying to help and trying to save people. But at the same time, don't force the issue. Don't save someone who is not willing to save themselves. That's how it is. I'm sorry. That's just literally that's verbatim one of my big things about this.
Well, I mean, I'll say this too, and I think it goes along with what you were just saying, but you are a believing Christian.
Yes.
I'm technically what they would consider an atheist, and look at us, we've become really good friends.
Yeah,
and we're not pushing that on each other.
No, and here's the thing. I respect his beliefs in the fact that he doesn't believe what I believe. That's just like me being friends with the Muslims. It's like me being friends like having a Jewish friend growing up. We didn't believe the same thing. That doesn't mean we can't get along. We can't play video games together. We can't watch videos and have fun. We can't I'm just gonna cut myself off from like all these people who I can be friends with just because they don't believe the same thing that I do. What's the point in that? Like, what is the point in the... Oh my gosh. Everyone believes differently. Everyone goes through life in a different way. And as my pastor would say, my pastor said this, and it always stuck with me. And he's right. Be it unto thee to find thine own salvation. And to me, I think that that's the best way to go about it. Like everyone is responsible for finding their own way in life.
Okay.
And presenting the path of God. Okay, present the path of God to people, but do not force it upon them. That's it. That's all you can do in life. And hopefully if God willing they're able to, they'll find their way.
Yeah.
But if not, you can at least say that you did everything that you could to save a weary soul. And there's no shame in that. Like, live as God and live as Christ would want you to. Yeah, that's my thing. Is like, you have these false Christians that just like they don't actually believe. They do it for the community aspect, and they do it to seem better than other people. And I hate that. I hate that with a passion.
And then I'll leave it after this. But when I left the faith, because I used to be Christian, I told the pastor because they were starting to not want to do outreaches anymore. And they wanted to just keep it localized because they became this big church. They were getting they didn't want to be seen. They
became more of a mega church instead. They became for the profit instead of for the people.
Yes,
that's a problem.
I told them, I was like, if you truly believe in Jesus, like, he wouldn't be in here with the rich people. He would be out there with the drugs. He would be out there with the hookers, everything, trying to convince them to be,
Yeah, he would be out there with the dejected. He would like heal the sick, feed the hungry, and pray in private. That's like what God. That's what Jesus spoke of.
Yeah.
Instead, it's like, oh, mega churches. We have to broadcast to everybody that we have money here. We have to broadcast. It's like Joel Osteen.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Joel Osteen not letting people into his church whenever Hurricane Harvey blew through. Mm-hmm. What the hell is wrong with you? Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, well, we just got the carpets done. You can redo them. People are dying in the streets, man. People are dying and you have this huge building, this huge compound where you could house tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people in the stands and in the backs and everything like that, and in the back and everything like that. And you know who actually was a good Christian and actually did good work? A dude named Mattress Mac. Mattress Mac owned all of these bedding and mattress outlets around in the Houston area. And he said, y'all y'all ain't got a place to go? Come on down here, sleep on these mattresses. I got people coming over here to make food for you. We'll get through this together, y'all, God willing. And it's like, when a literal mattress salesman is a better representation of God than the mega church that claims to speak for God, I'm sorry, y'all done messed up. Y'all messed up. Period.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So enough about that. We've dressed it up and down as much as we can, like the criticisms of modern Christianity. But let's see what Doug has to say about this. This is, why is Joshua and the Promised Land?
This episode brought to you by Harry's. Get a shave that's a cut above the rest. Hey folks, we're starting YouTube memberships. If you want access to emojis, polls, behind-the-scene videos, and other perks,
I need to sign up for that
if you want to become a member. Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remember? So you don't have to. I don't know if you can hear, but the cicadas are out right now.
Hell yeah.
Boy, do they make the lion's share of noise. I don't know how to connect this to the review. I'm just saying what that sound is. No surprise, we tend to look at movies and shows that have a nostalgic lean around here. Some came out years ago, some are based on properties that came out years ago.
Can we not?
Once in a while, I like to do a little bit of this. That's right, just watch garbage.
Dumpster dive? Yeah.
Animated Titanics, your food fights, those movies that didn't really have a big impact on people until assholes like me started talking about them.
No.
And if you thought those films were bad, follow me to the Promised Land.
That Tommy Wiseau's doing.
Yeah, Tommy. Tommy Wiseau. Yeah, I actually rewatched that Doug's review here recently with Nick and Kate. Kate almost had a mental breakdown watching the review, and I said, Kate, if we were to ever do a live stream, she's like, no, you could not pay me enough to watch that shit movie. I almost like lost my mind during the review. I can only imagine how horrible the actual movie. I'm like, Kate, the review makes the movie funny. It actually makes the movie tolerable.
That movie's horrible.
I know. You're tearing me apart, Tommy Wiseau.
Little is known about Joshua in the Promised Land, apart from most feel like
Bro.
they should push the report button on YouTube while watching it.
What the?
I mean, look at it. Did only one guy work on this film?
That's a film?
Kinda.
What? Why is there like corporeal lion like genitalia coming?
Got myself 107 before. Oh, did you OD? And as always, I hope you enjoyed.
A lot of help you were, Nogla. Hold on.
Is that skull vodka?
Crystal Skull.
I love that shit.
It's great.
Yes,
I'm
it
almost
is.
out. I remember my mom got this for me for one of my birthdays. And as you can see, I'm almost out of it. It is, I'd say we got about 4 shots left in there.
Hell yeah.
And I just swigged about half of one.
It's good. Smooth.
This is going to be a rough one. I'll fuck it.
You
I'll
better keep it over
I gotta
here.
keep it right here, dude. This is going to get bad.
We
I
do.
know it is. This is going to get horrible. I'm probably not going to be able to drive.
Oh no.
The film was a passion project by a man named Jim Lyon.
Wait, no, seriously, what's your actual name?
Who,
No, for
according
real.
to the credits, wrote, directed, produced, edited, acted in, and even animated the entire film himself. Yeah, that checks out. As it's described as a heartwarming tale for the whole family in the tradition of C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien. Yeah, don't you remember that famous C.S. Lewis quote, "What if the Lion King was portrayed entirely
like
by naked gummies?"
Aslan if he was anorexic.
I was going to say, this is like an early furry's wet dream.
What is that? Like
I don't know. It's an anthropomorphic lion that's kneeling down on the ground to receive the love of God.
Admittedly, I am a little late to the game.
Also, why does Moses have the 10 Commandments hoisted over his shoulder like he's about to do an Amazon delivery? What the fuck? And why is he a great?
he's like, hey yo, I come bearing your package. I don't.
Fuck. God damn it. Oh, Dan Aykroyd, please save me. He's the one who makes that vodka.
Yes, he is.
As several people have reviewed this already. There's even a reanimation project done by Saberspark. But I'm catching up to it now. Because if reality is so ashamed of this movie, it won't even produce a Wikipedia page for it. Perhaps us YouTuber clowns can testify this did indeed happen. So, let's take a closer look. But not that close.
No.
This is Joshua and the Promised Land.
Oh.
I want to do this one.
This is way too much serious for what we're about to see. You're not Prince of Egypt. Your poster's a Minion Easter egg. Lower the expectations.
The Bible tells the story of a young man named Joshua.
I literally had a fever dream where I woke up, saw that, and word for word he said the same thing. Our gummy terror continues to talk, saying their version of Joshua is a little different from the one you may know. Their version? I feel like I'm gonna get arrested if I watch any further.
Hi, Dad.
Pick up your stuff, Joshua.
His father comes home, also looking like Dr. Krieger experimented on animal crackers, but all is not well in this world where clearly all is never well.
I thought you said you were cleaning out the den today.
Hey, come on. This is my day off. This is what I'm gonna do.
I'll give him this. For someone to...
Oh, I can't keep drinking. If I do, I'm not going to be able to drive him home. What do I do? Well...
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
This is gonna be rough.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like I'm watching something I'm not supposed to.
I know. I feel like I'm watching like something that's on the dark web that's going to like result in like a dead hooker, like a snuff. Like this is a snuff film that's just been like dubbed over and reshelled and reshaded with like rotoscoping. What the fuck am I watching?
Well, and this is the first thing that pops in their mind? Someone's doctor must be very loose with their prescription pad.
Oh, honestly, Joshua, will you please get out of the way?
I'm trying to be the only thing DeviantArt refuses to put on their site.
As you can see, Joshua feels kind of lost in the shuffle.
Nothing is seen clearly in this. Like when he was walking up to his room, I couldn't tell if he was depressed or planning to kill his father with a steel poker.
What the?
The electricity monster from Scooby-Doo shows up.
Oh my god, really? That's a hell of a reference.
Christopher Andrew Eugene Bazioni, at your service.
What?
For those unaware, that is his whimsically delighted face, and not so this is my last thought before a serial killer to death face.
I came here to take you on a little kind of trip, you know? I
was going to say it looks like if Jeff the Killer was a lion. just like all of a sudden, it's just like I see. This is what I'm gonna see in my dreams. Like I'm gonna be laying in bed and I'm gonna have my blanket up here, like so and that's gonna be the face that's staring at me with a knife, like being like very slowly like shoved into my throat. Be like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. That's what I'm seeing.
That's horrifying.
I think you should consider it.
I'm glad they're teaching the essentials of child safety. You shouldn't go with someone if they're a scary stranger, but you should go with them if they're a really scary stranger.
Where do you want to take me?
I can't tell you that till we get there.
If there's a book of the least trustworthy things you could say to someone, all these lines would be in it.
You trust me, don't you?
No.
No.
You trust the guy who sent me, don't you?
No.
Cthulhu's baked unemployed brother married to the flying spaghetti monster? Because that's the only guy who would have sent you.
Yeah.
Just watch how gently he teleports Joshua to another realm of enchantment. Like a ragdoll.
He just pulled his arm out of socket. I think I heard his shoulder, his literal shoulder give out.
Enchantment.
Like right here. It's like, you know, when I get back home, I'm going to tell my friends on the baseball team about this. I have a really promising future as a left-handed pitcher. Ah!
Oh my gosh.
Like a ragdoll made of glass.
Wow.
Also, my arm's out of socket.
The in-between realm of Google Earth and Google Earth booting up.
If you've never seen one, this is a pyramid.
We're really banking on you not having seen one. They travel back to when Moses freed the slaves, but the Pharaoh tries to take him back.
Get me my chariot!
Bro!
Who's that?
That's the unused McDonald's mascot, just called, He takes his army men, I think literally made up of army men, to try and stop Moses across the green, green fields of ancient Egypt.
Come on, let's go see.
Hey. The answer is no. Joshua, sometimes a no means maybe. I'll grant you that.
Don't want to know what that's about.
When it comes...
No, it does not. No, it does not. I will say this. There are times when the girl's being playful with you. It's like, no, stop.
Right.
You're being so bad. Stop. And that's the thing. Is like, that's her being playful and all that. Like, that it's like, But then, when someone says, no, what does that mean? Does that mean, it's a suggestion? No, it means no.
Stop.
What's the matter with you?
This is a religious piece of media.
Yes.
Oof.
That's one of the most disturbing parts about it.
That's a bad look.
This is literally, oh god, dude, this is like a fever dream, like when I was on acid.
From God, a no means no. That's Moses.
God didn't render him from the back yet, but he mostly rendered the front. His jaw's a little Thanos meets Rockbiter's ball sack, but you can tell what species he is.
You can go down there, but first, we've got to take care of something.
I'm disturbed how this animation almost gives these characters private parts. Like the animator said, hey, I stopped before they technically have to put me on a watch list.
What?
Just hold your breath.
I think it's because of how the models are made. Because here's the thing, like sometimes whenever you combine like two like polygonal things together, there's a dead space. It used to be really bad in a lot of animation tools back in the day, like especially if you were doing like solid objects. there would often be like a void space because of like where the two combine, and it's like in the like on like the edges you would see like ripples and stuff like that, and it basically would look like my hips didn't exist. Like if they animated me like on the sides, like my hips would literally just like bulge in and out. And oh dude, it was, you should see some of the horror, like the horrific like monstrosities that were made on like when they were making the Shrek movie.
Oh god,
dude,
I've seen a few of them.
Well, when they were working on it, they literally said like, if we don't have this one little box checked at the beginning, it doesn't anchor the things down for whenever there's mouth movement. And every time the mouth move, it literally goes like, Shrek, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, oh.
Second, this isn't gonna hurt.
How are you naturally saying so many creepy things without trying? He puts Joshua in the body of someone else. You know what, at this point, do take it that way. And he walks through the parting of the Red Sea.
They have all these tents and pots and things, but they left Egypt in such a hurry they didn't have time to bring any food. So they're all really hungry and irritable.
Moses said it's all right. Just 40 more years to go and you'll be fine. The birds from Birdemic fly over, Chris gives. I'm pretty sure I faced those in the video from the ring. And Joshua, coincidentally, happens to be put in the body of someone else named Joshua. See where this is going?
Joshua, I want you to pitch your tent next to mine from now on.
Phrasing.
For the love of God.
Phrasing? Jesus, man.
Do you want ants? Because that's how you get ants.
Yeah.
Oh, but the birds made a jiffy pop? What is that noise?
Pitch your tent next to mine from now on. I want you close by at all times.
I can't do that.
You know, I'd say this is a sex call, but you need genitalia for that, and they close enough don't have any.
As we speak, the Amalekite army prepares an attack.
Troubles are brewing, though, so Moses sends Joshua to fight.
I will stand on that hill with Aaron, my brother. I will keep my arms in the air, so you will know that it is God who fights at your side.
Well, isn't that bravely not helping at all? I will also occasionally declare that you have my support. The armies run over each other to fight, some miles away from one another.
Oh my god.
Joshua leads them into battle.
This looks like Fight Simulator on Windows 95.
It does. Oh my god, please tell me they didn't film this in Fight Simulator on Windows 95.
I thought they made it in freaking Blender.
Blender on, like, dude, no, it's not Blender, it's just blech. It's blech. Yeah, because Blender actually has like decent looking textures.
Yeah.
This looks like textures, like, it literally looks like they took a shit smoothie, like a baby shit smoothie, and they just like poured it out, and like that's their landscape.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. Look at that. There's no topography or anything like that, and it's just like okay, and let's take 100 yellow dudes, 100 white dudes, 100 brown dudes, 100 purple dudes,
look at
100 green dudes.
Look at the little tents back there.
Yeah, look at these. Look at these. They look like the different shades of acne on like the face of a 17-year-old, like in the midst of puberty.
Like, oh no, let me pop this one. All 100 yellow ones come out.
Yeah.
I'm holding my arms as arm-holdingly as I can. The battle is won, thus God gives him the 10 Commandments written down for all to see. Or he just tells everybody one by one.
You shall not misuse my name. Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. Honor your father and mother. You shall not
Why
steal.
are they green
I never
horses?
thought I'd say this, but the 12 Days of Christmas is kind of a jam compared to this.
And the fact that that's he's right. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. That slaps compared to this. Whereas this like punches you like right in your cerebellum.
These are all the elders going up the mountain of God with Moses.
Okay, are you the narrator or that little paperclip we're like 2 generations away from everyone forgetting?
You might call it a kind of leadership training seminar.
God laid out the red brick carpet for them. It was gonna be yellow, but if all you got is 1/4 year cast, I guess it stays red.
Ouch.
Okay, so I made the assumption this is a mostly feline-based society.
And then there's the walrus.
Maybe I saw a canine or even a panda in there. But I'm sorry, going from lions to panthers to tigers to walruses seems like a little bit of a leap.
Like, I know I already used a Wizard of Oz joke, but this would be like if the lineup was Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Tin Woodsman, the Lion, and a whale. Just because we can't always explain why this goes together and this doesn't mean we still can't see this goes together and this doesn't.
Joshua, I want you to come with me.
The community all forms a smiley face as Moses calls Joshua up to meet the big man.
You're gonna be fine. You're gonna see God. What could happen?
Does this character have any lines that don't sound like the last thing a Jesse Plemons villain says to his victims?
Oh my God, he's right. It does sound like something Jesse Plemons would say, specifically to Kirsten Dunst.
Oh,
yeah.
buddy.
Just be like, so you're divorcing me? That's not a smart move. Why would you do that?
That's not so good.
No.
That was
Just call me Chris.
Okay, he never played a Chris. You got lucky. Oh no. Oh no, no. Oh, come on. Nah. Ah, nah, come on. Yes. Yes. Oh, good. Good. Oh, good. Use the promo code.
okay.
Alright, maybe I should say more than that. You know, I'm just not satisfied with my razor. Look at how dull that thing is. It's not sharp at all. And do you know how much the upkeep on this thing costs? It's crazy. I have to cut that nail once a week, but what's the point? It still doesn't shave that well. Maybe that's the reason why, I don't know, but the people at Harry's don't like seeing everyday people paying way too much for low-quality shaving products. Harry has the razors that not only give you a close shave, but they're also incredibly affordable.
You know the interesting thing? I recently just started, like, on the regular, shaving my beard for the most part and keeping my goatee. I had a razor that I had in my room forever, and I still had spare razors left over. And I gotta be honest, when I finally, like, took the time to, like, shave and everything for the first time in a long time, not a nick. Not a nick.
But a Nate.
Yes, exactly. The Nick's up there, in his room, playing games, as he should be. I might
so
take
much better than
advantage
my
of this.
Finger, stupid finger. Why do I even have you? I have 9 others just like you, but Harry's has even more than that. From face
I mean, I've
wash
tried
to
one of
body
their blades
wash to
before, they're not
deodorant to
bad.
even
Oh,
bar
really?
soap. There's a ton of
I've
products
tried
that
them.
feel great on your body, but also have a low price. Feel fantastic and smell fantastic.
'Cause I
These
clearly
German
shave
engineered
every
blades
day.
made in their
Yeah,
own factory stay
clearly.
sharper longer. They got customizable delivery options for
My 5 o'clock shadow. By the
Yeah,
end of the day.
yeah. He shaves every day, and I'm an Abercrombie and Fitch model.
Hey, Seth Rogen did it in Neighbors.
No, he just stood next to Zac Efron
That's
for
the
like.
same thing. I don't care. He had a 24-pack.
Yeah, of beer that he carried up. That he carried up to like the Abercrombie and Fitch. Oh gosh.
scheduled refills as low as $2.
You know, I'm sick and tired of people talking shit. He's like Victoria's Secret, like the models at Victoria's Secret objectifies women's bodies. Like Abercrombie and Fitch models are still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear anyone complaining about that, except for like the fat asses. You know, oh, I'm a fat ass, but I reserve the right to call fat asses who complain about being fat and having to look at beautiful people fat asses because, hey, I got the fat pass for now, so I'm gonna roll with it. If you have a problem with people being fit and in shape, maybe that says something about you.
Eh?
I mean, sometimes I know that there's people who can't help it. They have thyroid issues.
Yeah.
They have like certain health issues. Sometimes genetics just doesn't bless them right, and that's in my case. Genetics did not bless me like it blessed my brother. My brother literally out-eats me. He out-drinks me. He outdoes, when I say he out-drinks me, I mean, like, on average, he drinks, 6 beers a day.
Oh, damn.
And then not only that, he never works out, and he has a very low workflow job, as in, he doesn't have to do much at his job in terms of, movement. And you know what? This fucker has a 6-pack, and he doesn't even have to flex.
Must be nice.
I know, right? And it's not fair. It is not fair. And you know what? I don't care. And I'm not going to hold anything against my brother, and I'm not going to say, oh, society's treating me bad. No. I'm fat because I drink too much Coke, and also because, I don't work out. And here's the thing. If I was like my brother, and I didn't need to work out to have a 6-pack and look good, then maybe things would be okay. But guess what? That's not the case. So anyone out there who's upset about Abercrombie and Fitch models being out there, they're being paid. They're being paid good money to stand out there and look handsome.
Yeah.
Much like Chippendales dancers. Oh, God.
Damn Rescue Rangers.
And then, of course... No, yeah. And then, of course, there's the one, like, exception. Chris Farley as Barney, the Chippendales dancer.
That's forever accepted.
Oh, yes. He is prime Chippendales material.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's watching to see what you will do.
That's half of what you pay for other big brands. So stop the shaving with the finger thing. What are you, dumb? Dummy? Stop getting ripped off. With Harry's, you can get a shave that's a cut above the rest. Get started with a $13 trial set for just $3
like Steve Austin if you got him off
Harrys.com/nostalgia. That's Harrys.com/nostalgia for $3.
We're still called Steve Austin. Oh my God.
You're like, give me all Harry, yeah.
Oh, Harry, yeah. Oh, man.
I think I just broke Nate.
Shut up.
Shut the fuck up. Yes. Success.
Okay, and also I got something to show you after this. I'll show you something. I'll have it pulled up here.
I mean, that's not bad.
No.
You should try it.
I will
Is your
try
money
it.
working as hard as it could be for your future? A decade ago, Robinhood changed the investment landscape when they pioneered commission-free stock trading. Today, they continue to offer innovative products to help users build a better financial future, like IRAs, ETFs, options for qualified traders, and much more. Take control of your financial future with Robinhood. Download the app or visit Robinhood.com to learn more. Disclosure: investing involves risk. Other fees may apply. Robinhood
This is true.
Is a registered.
I mean, at least they come out and say it.
Yeah.
And they aren't like, you will make money. No. Not all the
Forget
time.
to check out Malcolm's new show, Diamond in the Rough.
We dig to uncover the good in what is widely considered a bad project. Because there's always something of value to be found if you look hard enough, right?
Not that
Yin and
movie.
yang, where there's a shadow cast, there must be light.
Enough said.
It's about critical thinking, my friends.
This is something else.
If they wouldn't have had Venom in that movie and it would have just focused on Sandman, it could have been a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
But because Sam Raimi heard from the heads at Sony, like, no, you have to have Venom in this one. And it's like, all right, fine. And then the shoehorning of Venom in, it's like, literally, meteorite falls in the middle of Central Park. That's not going to be on the news somewhere? I'm sorry. You're in one of the biggest cities in the world, and a meteorite falling and hitting smack dab in the middle of Central Park isn't going to turn heads? Yeah. It's kind of a stupid plot point.
Mm-hmm.
Moses tells Joshua to wait for 40 days until his return. And God gives the literal Cliff Note version of what he just told the crowd. I guess nobody was writing it down.
I enjoyed the ads.
When they return, they find the crowd grew impatient and started honoring other
Isn't that
gods.
strange?
Moses is really kinda, incredibly, sorta upset.
No! No!
That sounded like two of the in-between no's of Christopher Walken watching Country Bear Hall be crushed. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, that's big crush! No, I take it back. It's the first no he gave just warming up, and the last no he gave giving it his all, back to back. Not working together in the most spectacular way.
No! No!
Oh, hi, Mark.
Anyway, everyone's acting like a big old jerk, so Moses forces people to drink their god and like it.
Moses broke the idol and hammered it down into dust. Then he poured the dust into a barrel of hot water. Finally, he made all the people who broke the law drink the water. Yuck.
Ha! That's what we do to false gods. We drink them! Now on to Holy Communion.
Isn't that just hilarious right there? Once again, some things just are like, what?
Moses went back up the mountain to ask God to forgive everyone. When he came back down, he had new stone tablets, and his face was radiant with the glory of God.
The director would like you to know this equals radiant.
That's terrifying.
Radiant
It was like Thanos.
Yeah, he does.
Kind of like a
albino Thanos.
Yeah.
Albinos. Damn. Yeah. Boom.
box of gold to carry the stone tablets to lead the way.
Ah, yes, the Ark of the Covenant.
Your face will melt into Rhapsody Street, kids.
Oh.
Jericho is in the promised land.
Joshua makes his way to Jericho, as this Wile E. Coyote sign clearly labels, where he sees it is a strange place where...
Break the wall!
Oh, I was waiting for it! Yes! I was getting ready to say, "Where's Chris?"
Yeah, all of a sudden you just hear him like he's up on that top spire there. He's like, Judas in my mind. Let me go now. Sorry.
I'm becoming Judas in my mind. Actually, not a bad song though.
No, Judas, dude, I love it whenever he would like live at like the AEW shows and the crowd would be singing it. Judas in my mind.
Bulls herd cows. That might be the scariest thing in the movie for me. Oh, spoke too soon. A themely pig. Wait, the film's not rated. They could totally break out into an orgy and nobody could do anything about it.
This is true.
I don't want that.
But this is true.
Happen.
Which, given how their inner genitalia always looks like it's about to pop out, I'm not putting that past this movie.
It looks like it has a
Like
mouth.
films with human CG cats always look like they're about to, need to bone. I love how this next scene is trying to be all goofy and silly because the supposed comic relief is back, but Joshua, understandably, is mentally scarred having just watched an infant get slaughtered.
Hi, kid. What's bugging you? Don't you see? These people are doing things to test
He saw a baby die!
They murder.
In one of the most horrible ways possible. The fuck?
Deal. They commit adultery.
What's that?
Never mind that.
He just saw a newborn get bravehearted. I think he can handle what adultery means.
They're breaking all 10 commandments, and God has decreed they've got to go.
Well, I guess if you put it that way.
Good man.
I know Chris is supposed to be the voice of reason, but every line delivery sounds like he's gonna sell him to Stromboli. Like everything about this guy is designed to be untrustworthy.
Remember, be brave.
It's decided they should take the promised land, but not everyone is on board.
Our wives and children will be taken as plunder.
Stone him! Stone him! Stone him!
Trust me, being stoned has already led to what we're seeing right now. And we got less than 20 minutes left. Let's lightning round some of these plot points.
Over the years, many tried to challenge Moses, but God punished them with his awesome power. Then one day Moses disobeyed God. He was angry and he hit this rock with his staff twice, so even Moses is condemned.
Oh my god, it's the end of Promised Neverland Season 2. For those of you who get that reference, you understand just how much of a disappointment, Promised Neverland Season 2 was. Promised Neverland, have you ever seen the show? Promised Neverland. Okay, Promised Neverland. Season 1 is one of the most tense, one of the most well-crafted stories of horror and menace, and just it's so good. It's about these kids who are part of this orphanage, and they have a woman who's looking after them. They call Mother, and all of these kids range from ages. I think it's as young as 3 or 4 up until 11 or 12, I can't remember the exact numbers, but all of these kids, all of a sudden, it's as soon as they hit the ripe age of 12, all of a sudden they're sent off to be with a new family.
Oh wow, okay.
Except, that's not the case. Turns out these children are being held there, and turns out they're being bred and raised as cattle to be slaughtered and to be fed to the people who now rule the earth.
Oh.
And, yeah, the first season deals with these kids finding this out and trying to escape. And it is one of the best, seasons of, a suspense anime I have ever seen.
Damn.
And then Season 2 happened, where they were just oh, hey, this happened. Oh, yeah, and this happened. Oh, yeah, and this happened. And then the last episode, they literally speed run through all of the biggest plot points, and then at the end of the episode, it's and now the world is better.
Oh. And that was the end?
That was the end. That was the end. And for the life of me, you cannot... I cannot explain the disappointment. Me and Nick watching that, going from Season 1 to the end... the end of Season 1 had me so hyped because of what happened, and then the end of Season 2, I was just I want my life back. I wish this show would have never existed so it couldn't get my hopes up and then ruin it and dash it all away in just one fell swoop. Thanks a lot.
So just Lost.
Yeah.
I'd still say that's all better than this.
No doubt.
In the desert.
Okay, Poochie returning to his home planet was drawn out more than this. Slow down!
Moses, my faithful servant, you must climb Mount Nebo and look once upon the land which you will never enter.
Sucks to be you, brah. Got out. Moses looks out over the land and hands over control to Joshua before he dies.
When I'm gone, our people will look to you to lead them. Constantly seek God's guidance, and you will do just fine.
And remember, all of this somehow ties into you feeling bad that your mom and dad are fighting. Yeah, that was only 40 minutes ago, and that feels like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes, you say.
His staff gives him magic god powers.
Wait a minute. Did you hear that?
That was a lightsaber, was it not?
Yes, you say.
His staff gives him magic god powers.
Yeah, that's the lightsaber. Okay. As much as I hate Disney, sue this guy so he can never make another film ever again.
That's a real sound effect they use, by the way, like Zordon's in there or something. And he walks back to his people.
3 days from now, you will cross the Jordan here to go in and take possession of the land the Lord your God has given you as your own.
The prophet Charlie Brown has spoken. Seriously, couldn't they age his voice a little?
That's my cue. I'll see you in a minute.
Oh, turns out the narrator was an angel the whole time. And he gives Joshua the order to go after Jericho.
The Ark circled Jericho once a day for 6 straight days. No one in the city could figure out what the heck was going on.
I sympathize with those people. On the 7th day, though, the armies roared, bringing the walls of Jericho down. At least that was my understanding of the story. But it was actually these demon Olafs Gallaghering the place.
Pound cake? I guess it does!
And your guess is as good as mine about what this is.
What? What?
And the Lord saith, a brick shall turn into Bubblicious, explode into a flaming bear's logo, and then twiddly-doo off to Narnia or some shit.
Is that supposed to be the devil?
Is
that what that's supposed to be? Is that supposed to be the devil? Is that supposed to be like the devil? The devil has been like expelled from the walls of Jericho.
This hurts my head.
Like I'm literally like starting to like
lose brain cells,
itch from like how bad this is.
Yeah,
no joke, dude. This hurts.
Literally have Aquafina show up and you'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever.
So, are you ready to wake up?
No.
I thought
I want to like sleep and never know that this ever existed.
was dreaming. This is a cool dream.
No, it's not.
You need to go places.
I feel like Roxas right now.
Bear's logo follows him to waking up, accompanied by this half-a-thwomp sound effect. When you're upstaged by Bible adventures, and Chris finally says goodbye.
Nah! Bad touch! Bad touch!
Something as simple as a hug just looks so dirty with this animation. But the bear's logo attacks, upset at the sexual positions he put his toys in. I mean, after seeing all this, I don't know what weird-ass way a kid would play with his toys. However, Joshua defeats him with... Oh, guess it was a real sword he was carrying around. What is wrong with this family? Speaking of which, his parents keep arguing. Joshua sits down and... Well, I don't know about you, but that changed everything about me.
I'm sorry I yelled at you, honey.
I'll try to spend some more time with you.
What's with his eyebrows?
No, it's like I'm trying to spend more time with you. I am sorry. It's like every time he talked, guarantee it was anchored. They both were anchored to the same like animation thing.
Yeah.
And the like the movement graphic, and both of them it's like this and this at the same time. Ugh.
Just something about the way you sat there and looked at me like, I think I farted, but I don't want to laugh because I'll get in trouble. Just completely healed our marriage. What is this movie? And that was something. Okay, I will give the tiniest bit of credit. It is impressive that just one guy who clearly knew nothing about computer animation animated this himself. I couldn't do it. I feel like if you show me the basics, I'd just make a Langolier shitting himself. And this guy made a whole entire movie on his own. So yeah, I think that is something. But yeah, it also comes with the very obvious problems usually associated with just one guy making a movie. It's cheap, sloppy, rushed, awkward, and, while probably having good intentions, has no idea how to convey those good intentions. However, is it a so bad it's good movie? About half the time. This film isn't even an hour long, but man, it feels like an eternity because of how poorly put together it is. The animation is so bad it gives you nothing visually interesting to latch onto, so that can be trying. However, the rest of the time, it is just as bonkers bad as you would hope something like this would be. It's very clear why some of these moments are quoted and reanimated and talked about on the internet. At times it's an unbearable type of bad, but there's plenty of other moments where it is the perfect type of bad. I'm a nostalgia critic, I remember it, so you don't have to.
I don't want to remember it at all.
Just hold your breath a second. This isn't gonna hurt.
Yeah, you lie.
No, yeah, you're a fucking liar, Chris. That hurt so bad.
I feel like I got kicked in the quasi-transparent nuts.
Yeah. I have nothing, dude. I have nothing else to say about this except for burn it and kill it with fire. Every copy of this, like expel it from the internet. I want this gone. This is literally one of the worst things I've ever seen.
This will cause patient 0 to happen.
Probably already has, and now the clock is ticking on when our end will come. Good night, everybody.